welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to continue with Doki Doki Literature Club Plus, the side stories, because I have just unlocked a Natsuki and Monika side story, which is called Respect, I believe, and I'm really excited. But firstly, before I get into that, I want to show you guys something that I've just figured out. Okay, so I've got new pictures, which is amazing. Okay, so we'll go through them first. So, we've got this one. We've got this one, which is the main title sequence. We've got Sayori, we've got Natsuki, we've got Yuri, we've got Monika, we've got the girls as a full set of chibis. We've got Sayori in Trust, we've got Yuri in Understanding, we've got Monika in Trust, and we've got Sayori in Understanding. This is my favourite background, and I've used it as my background. Then we've got this one, which is where we've collected kawaii, or we've used kawaii in the game. But this is what I want to draw your attention to. Right, so this is Sayori's first poem in the game. It's called Dear Sunshine, right? This is Sayori's second poem in the game. This is called Bottles. Okay, remember the handwriting. This is Sayori's poem in Trust, which is called Take My Hand. And this is Sayori's second poem, the depressive poem where Monika figures out that Sayori's got depression, in Trust as well. So this is Sayori's handwriting. Remember the handwriting, right? Natsuki's poem, Natsuki's second poem. That's all I've got so far, right? Yuri's poem, Yuri's second poem. That's all I've got so far. Monika's first poem, right? This is her handwriting. Okay, it's wavy, it's neat, it's stuff like that. This is Monika's second poem, and I've just noticed that this is Sayori's handwriting. Look, this is Sayori's poem, distributed at special events, because I've acquired all of Sayori's other poems. So this is Sayori's poem, right? This is Sayori's handwriting. This is Sayori's handwriting. What is going on? Did Sayori write this? Or did Monika write it, but as Sayori? I don't know, and it's messing with my head, but I noticed that the other day. But anyway, barring that, actually, I didn't actually find out what the new pictures were. Hold on. I think I can probably... Yeah, it's Natsuki as, her little, the cutscene that we get with her for completing a poem by her. Right, so, I've just unlocked Respect, which is a story between Natsuki and Monika. Natsuki is one of my favourite characters to voice, along with Sayori. So this is going to be very interesting. And then I believe the next one is Sayori and Natsuki, so that will be like two of my favourite voices. So let's do it, guys. I'm so excited. I haven't played this, so I'm going into it blind as well. So this is going to be very interesting. It's been several weeks since the club has officially started. Through their initial setbacks, the three club members so far, Monika, Sayori, and Yuri, have increased their collective bond within the club. Sayori has partaken in some of Yuri's high fantasy literature, and all three of them, led by Sayori, have taken an interest in poetry. On a day like any other, the three find themselves suddenly interrupted by the clubroom door opening. And in walks a girl none of them have seen before. Hi. Sayori tugs excitedly at Monika's sleeve. Yuri shifts in her seat and buries her eyes in her book. Are you here for the literature club? Yeah. Yay, that's great. Thanks for stopping by. It's kind of a small club still, so it's really exciting to see new faces. Yeah. Come and sit down somewhere. You can sit next to my desk. Sayori prances over to her desk and presses her palms onto it. Oh, and Yuri can make you some tea. Yuri looks up at Sayori in protest for having drawn attention to her. Natsuki silently glances between everyone, then sits down next to Sayori. Monika follows by sitting nearby. The sudden gathering prompts Yuri to stand up, deciding that standing in the corner and making tea doesn't sound so bad after all. Okay then how about we all introduce ourselves? Okay, well, I'm Monika, the one who started the club. I was originally in the debate club, but I really wanted to do something I felt more passionate about, if that makes sense. So I started the literature club as a way for people to express themselves through writing or reading or whatever other kind of literature. You know, I figured it was your club. You have that vibe. I have what vibe? Oh, you know, like, Never mind. I'm not gonna judge people. I just meant like that very adult of you. Very adult-like of you. I always judge people so hard. Oh no, you don't, Sayori. Yes, she does. Yuri's deadpan voice carries across the room. Natsuki giggles. I'm Sayori. I just like learning about everyone and making friends. I love this so far. Oh, and I also like poetry. Oh yeah? Very adult-like of you. Oh my god, Natsuki is so adorable in this! I'm an adult. The sound of Yuri's electric kettle steaming up fills the room. Oh, that's Yuri. Sayori lowers her voice. She's kind of shy, but she's really nice and super smart. She likes big fantasy books and tea, and I love her. Well, I guess that leaves me then. I'm Natsuki. I like listening to music and hanging out downtown and stuff. And my favorite ice cream flavor is strawberry. Ooh, let's get ice cream! My favorite flavor is probably cookie dough, or maybe chocolate. It's cookie dough. And Monica's is probably vanilla. What the heck? I take way too many online quizzes. The ice cream ones are always accurate. What's Yuri's favorite? Natsuki shrugs. Probably green tea. I'm just joking. I have no idea for Yuri. Still, it's pretty chill here. Do you like just to hang out, or do you actually do club stuff? Well, we do club stuff too. It just hasn't been very structured yet since we only have like 3 members. So we can kind of just loosely spend our time doing the stuff we like. But I keep thinking it's about time we start with like the more structured club activities. It's been a while by now since I started the club, so yeah. Well, with that being said, what kind of literature are you into, Monica? Natsuki? Anything you'd like the club to get into? Well, I guess I'm in literature. Well, I like manga. Manga? Hey, why'd you say it like that? I want to read manga in the club. Wait, hold on a second. That sounds so great. Like, after all, I've been doing all this, Yuri returns to the desk with a tray of teacups, which she sets down on an empty desk. After all of the deep and immersive reading I've been doing, I wouldn't mind doing something a little more simple. Manga isn't simple. If you think that, you just don't understand the nuance. I didn't mean simple like that. Well, anyway, putting manga aside, is there any other kind of literature that you're interested in? Well, not really. In that case, have you considered the anime club? Are you serious? I'm not gonna join the anime club. It's full of weird guys. Come on, is it that big of a deal? Manga is literature, right? I mean, I guess if you consider the literal definition of literature, then technically, I get it. Look, I'll do whatever club activities you want. Can I please just join? I won't bother anyone. If I can just, like, keep my manga here and hang out after school, I'll do literally whatever you want me to do. That's fine, right? Yeah, I guess there's nothing wrong with that. Oh my god, thank you. You're the best. I have most of it crammed into my locker, so I'm gonna just start getting it, okay? Natsuki stands up. Need some help? Nah, I got it. Don't worry. I don't want you to see my locker. If you say so, but there's no way it's worse than mine. I hope we never find out then. Natsuki exits the club room, leaving everyone in silence, save the sound of Yuri sipping her tea. Ugh, I'm such a pushover. Hey, it's not that bad. Natsuki seems like a lot of fun. Maybe, but I mean, she has like no actual interest in literature, you know? And that's normally fine, but she said she would participate in club activities like it's some kind of obligation. Her tea is going to get cold. Yeah, wait, that's not related. Well, I think everyone deserves a chance, especially if it can bring her happiness. Besides, maybe she'll take a liking to literature. Are you sure you don't just want to read her manga, Sayori? Hey, who do you think I am? Sorry, I didn't mean that. I just feel really uneasy about this. Do you have an opinion, Yuri? Not particularly. She said she wasn't going to bother anyone. That includes me, so... Does that mean I bother you? No, you're a pleasure to be around. I was just fishing for a compliment. I know. But still, I really think we should give her a chance. Yeah, alright. But I really am going to start enforcing club activities. I'm willing to cooperate. Suddenly, the three of them hear a thump against the door. What was that? Sayori stands up and walks over to the door, then opens it. Thank you. Carrying 3 boxes of what is presumably manga, Natsuki grunts and wobbles inside before slowly bending over and dropping the stack onto the floor as gently as she can. That was a long sentence. That's quite a collection. Sayori giggles in excitement while catching her breath. Natsuki replies, There's still 1 more box. I can put them away myself. I know how to organize them. Monika anxiously glances between Sayori and Yuri. Is this really okay for the club? Maybe it's what she needs to really kick the club into gear before everyone gets too complacent. It seems like things are finally going to start getting more serious. I take it Monika's not taking a liking to Natsuki because she thinks that manga is not literature, which is fine because, to be fair, it is just graphics and stuff. But then graphic novels are literature and they're literally just pictures and words and stuff on a page. It's not like an ow! That was a very Sayori thing to do. It's not just like reading is all types of things, and this is where I'm gonna rant for like 5 minutes. Okay, so reading is all types of things. You can read novels, you can read ebooks, you can listen to audiobooks. You don't actually have to have a physical novel in front of you. Manga is classed as literature because it's actually got words and stuff in it. It might just be like a bunch of pictures and everything, but it's still classed as literature. And to be fair, it's the same with graphic novels. So if you're like me and you're into reading, but you sometimes can't understand where the actual not footage, that's camera recording, where the actual plot is going, like in this game, I'm not entirely sure where this plot's going, but I kind of get the gist of what's happening. But I'm currently reading a book series and I'm not entirely sure where the plot's heading or what the plot's doing or anything, and one of the characters has just come back from the dead or whatever, or like something's just happened. I was really excited yesterday, but now I'm just kind of sat there staring at the page like, why are you back? What do you have in any importance to this thing? Because I've obviously missed something. So I prefer reading like graphic novels or listening to audiobooks so that I kind of get like the gist of the game or like the book that I'm reading, which is annoying for some people because some people just don't like audiobooks, or some people don't like graphic novels or anything because they don't class it as real literature, whereas I do, because however old you are, however, you've got a learning difficulty or something, you've got like dyslexia and words fly around on the page. For me, they fly around on the page, which is staring at a page for hours on end gives me a headache, which is why I wear my glasses, which you can't see, but I do have glasses which are green tinted. And for me to actually sit down and read a book, I usually take longer than some people because of the fact that my dyslexia kind of holds me back a little bit so that I don't quite grasp the context to begin with. So that's why I kind of prefer manga and graphic novels, and I read a lot of graphic novels. I'm not too keen on manga, but I will read it if it's like, if I want a specific manga, then I will go to the library and borrow it. I won't buy the set, but I will go and borrow it. But I think Monika's kind of taking a disliking to Natsuki because she believes that manga isn't literature, whereas I kind of believe it is, and I think Sayori's kind of going down that route, saying that actually I think it is because there are words in the book and you can class it as literature, but that's all I'm saying. It's like some people just don't believe that manga is literature, which is fine, that's their opinion, but I think that, all types of reading, whether it's ebooks, audiobooks, whatever you're doing, is classed as reading. So that's my rant over. Let's get back to the game, shall we? At the next club meeting, Monika is the first to arrive. But ever since Natsuki joined, she feels a lot less relaxed. I thought she might. Why am I so nervous? Monika paces, trying to figure out her feelings. Natsuki said she wasn't going to bother anyone, so why does it feel like the atmosphere has changed so much? While Monika thinks, the club door opens, revealing Natsuki carrying a box. Monika forces a smile as Natsuki makes her way to the closet. Natsuki forces one in return. Need help? No, I got it. Monika awkwardly tries to start some kind of conversation, but fails. Curious, she peeks into the closet where Natsuki is stashing all of her manga. Once dull with school supplies, the shelves are now vibrant with bright colours, and you know, the top shelf is pretty empty. Maybe we could keep it up there. I can't reach up there. That would be so inconvenient. Yeah, but Monika sighs. The teachers are gonna ask what all this manga is doing in here, and I have to tell them it's for the literature club. So? Monika backs off and slumps into a desk. With this kind of tension, it feels like the relaxed atmosphere accumulated over the past few weeks is being sucked right out of the room. Good afternoon! Why was there 3 exclamation marks? That was like 3 separate words. Good afternoon! Not good afternoon, just good afternoon! I'm literally... Oh my god, that was the best line. Sayori spins into the club room. Of course she does, it's Sayori. Oh, I see someone's in a good mood. Yeah? Because I have this! Sayori brandishes a cookie wrapped in plastic. Oh, Sayori, I love you. I found some money and I got a cookie. Oh, that's so pretty! As Sayori trots over to the closet, the colourful shelves catch her eye. Which one do I start with? Well, you can start by giving me a bite of that cookie. No way! I saved up all my luck to find that money. If you want entry into my kingdom, you need to pay the tax, peasant. Oh, I love Natsuki! Boo! Defeated, Sayori unwraps her cookie and breaks off a piece for Natsuki. I'm so excited. This is like, oh my god. Then Yuri silently walks into the club room. Monika glances at her with pleading eyes. Yuri returns a quick nod of understanding. Well, everyone's here now. Despite the club only having one more person than before, it somehow feels twice as lively. Okay, so I think today we should go over some potential club activities and see which ones we want to do first. We have 4 members now, so it would be great if we found some stuff to do as a group. Does that sound good to everyone? I agree. Okay, so I have some ideas of my own, but I want to hear your ideas too. Well, I've been having a lot of fun learning about everyone else's interests. Maybe we can give each person a day to share their favorite kind of literature with everyone else. Well, maybe. Something tells me that... Monika glances at Yuri and Natsuki, who both appear very unwilling to even consider each other's interests. Maybe we can try come up with something else that everyone can enjoy equally. Katie can't read today. You know, like we all vote on a book to read or something like that. I think we should all collectively try to expand our interests, rather than just stick to the things we're familiar with. Why does it feel like I'm being targeted here? Natsuki, didn't you say you would go along with whatever the club wanted to do? Well, yeah, but that doesn't make it okay for you to ignore everyone else's preferences. I like Sayori's suggestion. Yeah, me too. Yeah, but... Monika's voice trailed off. Although she let Natsuki join the club, Monika finds it incredibly difficult to relent to her demands. If Natsuki doesn't respect the club, why should Monika have to yield to Natsuki's opinion on everything? Natsuki, are you sure that you don't have any other literature interests you could share with the club? I swear I don't mind if you keep your manga in here, but I just... Natsuki cuts off Monika by suddenly standing up. Well, it's obvious that I'm not wanted here, so I'm just going to leave. But I really would have appreciated you being more upfront about it. Okay, I think you're kind of jumping to conclusions here, but you're free to do whatever you want. Natsuki shoots Monika a quick glance before walking straight out of the room. Oh no! Sayori runs after her, leaving just Monika and Yuri. For the second time today, Monika slumps down into a desk. Why am I such a jerk? No, she's a jerk. She's just making me feel this way. Monika looks up at Yuri, seeking affirmation. Yuri looks away. She probably just went around looking for the smallest club she could find so that she doesn't have to participate. How does she expect me to give her respect when she has no respect for the club? Am I wrong, Yuri? I'm not good at these things. Monica sighs. Me neither. I just have no idea what to do. I don't want to hurt anyone, but I feel like it's not wrong to enforce the club vision. You know, like, people should join because they want to express their passion for literature, or at least develop it. So maybe she's not a good fit for the club after all. Monica sits in silence, afraid to accept her tentative conclusion. Yuri looks tense. She doesn't seem to want to add anything. You can... Sorry, you can go back to reading. I know this doesn't concern you. It does. It does? How? Well, I just can't comfortably read in an atmosphere where the peace has been disturbed. Oh. Well, great. I'm just ruining the whole club then. That's not an accurate conclusion to make. I know, I'm sorry. I'm just kind of voicing my frustration, and I guess guilt. It's like my frustration wants to blame her, but my guilt wants to blame me. Ugh, why is it the hardest to be rational during the times you need it the most? I don't think you're being irrational. I think Natsuki is. She has no authority to walk in here and make demands of the club. Your club. Something as ridiculous as manga has no place here. The fact that you're even storing it for her should make her completely in debt to you. Yeah, okay, but that's because you have like a whole... Well, you're right, but I don't know. Isn't it kind of harsh to say things like it's ridiculous and it has no place here? Do you not feel the same way? You've been doing everything you can to avoid associating the club with it. So I assumed you felt the same way about it. That's not true. Well, recalling her confrontations with Natsuki, a realization starts to set in. You may be right. I mean, if it was anything besides manga, would I really be acting like this? Maybe I've just been convincing myself that it has nothing to do with the manga. I'm really upset that I would let myself do that. With a sigh, Monica walks over to the closet. She finds herself staring at the colourful shelves. Yeah, they are pretty colourful, actually. It's just, this really wasn't what I had in mind for a club about literature. Manga's literature! Ah! There shouldn't be anything wrong with that. Monica starts defending her position once again. Of course she does. It's a complicated issue that Monica has failed to consider before now. Where is the line even drawn at what's considered literature? Good question, but then it's not. Lost in thought, she reaches into one of the larger box sets and pulls out a volume, inspecting it for no particular reason. The cover features 4 girls striking cute and exaggerated poses, all dressed in short skirts. Let me guess, parfait girls? Yeah, I mean, amused by the absurdity of the cover, Monica opens the book. What? No, you can't. Really? Really? You cut it off there. Oh, I hope Natsuki's okay. This sucks. Why is Monica being such a jerk? She should be grateful that I even joined her stupid club. It's not like she can find any more members. Monica's usually really nice. She cares so much about everyone in the club being happy. Yeah, right. Well, she usually does. Maybe when she's not too busy being so judgmental. So what if I'm into manga? Why can't just one person accept that? Instead of being so Let's start that again, shall we? Why can't just one person accept that instead of being so condescending about it? I accept it. I think it's cute. Oh, come on, that's condescending too. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it like that. I just want to support you. Natsuki sighs. I know. Thanks. It just really sucks. Do you want me to talk to Monica? I don't know. It's not like it's gonna change her opinion of me. Like, even if you were to convince her to back off, that wouldn't suddenly make me feel like I'm actually welcome in the club. I should just find another club. Wait, you don't have to do that. We can figure this out. please? I mean, I'm the vice president, or at least I think I am, and I don't want you to leave. Everyone deserves to feel welcome and to be happy. So, I want to make that happen. For you. I was wondering, what was the reason you decided to join the Literature Club? Well, Natsuki hesitates. It's kinda dumb. Oh, don't say that. There's no such thing as a dumb reason when everyone is welcome. I wasn't welcome. You were to me. So, just don't tell anyone, okay? Especially Monika. I promise. Natsuki sighs. I'm just tired of everyone judging me all the time. I can't enjoy any of the stuff I'm into without people making snotty comments about it. Not that I care about what anyone else thinks. But you know, the signs for the Literature Club said that you can be yourself or whatever. So I decided it was at least worth a shot. But that was a lie, apparently. Natsuki dejectedly kicks the toe of her shoe against the wall. Oh, and I liked writing too. Really? How come you didn't say that to Monika? Because she was being so judgmental that I didn't just want to tell her something she wanted to hear. She doesn't deserve that kind of satisfaction. And if she knew I was into writing, then she would just be like everyone else and try to push me away from the manga in favor of the more mature thing. The two of them remain silent for a while. Sayori understands that it's out of the question for Natsuki to return to the club room for today at least. But Natsuki has a reason for wanting to join the club, just like everyone else. Part of the club vision for her to be welcome. You deserve to express yourself as much as everyone else does. That's supposed to be what the club is for. So, I'm going to do everything I can to fix this. I promise. Yes, Sayori, go and talk to Monika. It's lunchtime the next day. The cafeteria and hallways are bustling with students rushing to meet with their friends and make the most out of their limited break time. Where could she be? Among them is Monika, who always eats lunch in her classroom, but she has some additional business today. Fearing Natsuki would avoid coming to the club, Monika decided to try to find her during lunch so that she could make amends. After searching for an extensive amount of time, Monika finally spots her. Despite her short stature, Natsuki's bright hair helps her stand out from the crowd. Oh gosh. Suddenly feeling awkward, Monika is afraid to get closer. Natsuki is with some friends whom Monika doesn't recognize, and they're all energetically chatting together. It would be really tactless just to interrupt them. Oh yeah, did you end up joining that literature club or what? Huh? Of course I joined. Why wouldn't I? Ha! I told you she would join. Come on, you know she only joined because you wouldn't stop giving her crap about the anime club. I told you I never wanted to join that stupid club. Oh, sure. Well, you have to give her some credit for at least making an effort to finally grow past that trash. True. Well, congrats on finally graduating middle school, Natsuki. We're proud of you. Shut up! Just let me do my thing. I'm just joking. You know we love you. Yeah, once the literature club makes you a famous writer, we'll be the first one to buy your book. What, you're gonna buy her smutty fanfiction? Well, obviously, I want a signed copy. That was like years ago. You don't think I've grown out of it by now? I told you I was joking. Besides, it's a good reminder of how far you've come since then. Not to mention you couldn't have done it without us. That gives us a past joke about it. Yeah, sure. They grow up so fast, it brings a tear to my eye. Natsuki suddenly glances in Monika's direction, prompting Monika to quickly turn away and distance herself. What the heck? That was horrible. I should have said something to defend her. Why do I have to be so conflict avoidant? Not that I deserve to say anything. I'm hardly better than them after the way I treated her. Ugh, I'm so awful. I'm not doing anything right. After school ends, Monika distractedly makes her way to the club room. She finds Yuri already inside, eyes on her book as usual. Monika picks a desk and slumps into it, something she seems to be doing rather often lately. Yuri, I don't think I can be club president. I suck at handling anything like that doesn't go, exactly my way. Yuri looks up from her book. It's like the literature club is a place where you get to express yourself, unless it's in a way that I don't like. I'm so mad at myself. And I'm especially mad that I didn't have the self-reflection skills to realize what I was doing. So much for maturity. Sorry, I really shouldn't be complaining out loud like this. There's just like a lot on my mind. No. Huh? I enjoy listening. Really? Mm-hmm. Why? Yuri shrugs. It just makes me feel nice. Oh, well, okay. I guess I'll just continue then. Yuri nods. Yeah. Well, Natsuki has kind of a blunt attitude, you know? It made me feel like she wasn't taking the club seriously. I couldn't even figure out why she wanted to join. I saw her friends talking to her in the hallway during lunch, and they were just so mean to her, telling her to grow up and stuff like that the literature club would help her grow out of her manga. It just made me so mad, like, just let her enjoy it. It makes her happy. Why are you trying to take that away from her? And when I had that thought, it was when I came to the realization that I was kinda doing the same thing, just in a roundabout way. I should have made her feel good about being passionate about something, but I just dismissed it. No, I was actually trying to avoid acknowledging it at all. I even did that with you, Yuri, when you first joined the club. You did? Yeah, I remember. Fantasy isn't really my thing, so I was kind of trying to dismiss it, but then Sayori jumped in and took over the conversation. I should have reflected on that, but I didn't, because I just let Sayori handle it instead. And now I'm repeating the same mistake, except I really hurt someone this time. Monika shakes her head. I'm so tired of being afraid of things I'm not comfortable with. It's so stupid. Like, I can't just picture how much joy it would bring Natsuki if I'd let her share her passion a little. I'm so angry that her friends were treating her like that. I'm going to get them back for it. Get them back? Yeah, I'll get them back by making sure that this is the literature club that Natsuki wants, not the one that they want. Suddenly, Sayori bursts through the door, making Monika and Yuri jump, as she does. With a rare, stern face, she marches over to Monika's desk and sits down next to her. Oh god, okay, stern Sayori. I'm having an intervention. I can do that because I'm vice president. Is this about Natsuki? Yes. Yeah, I know. I messed up. I'm super sorry. I was just talking to Yuri about it. Really? I was so dismissive of her passion that she felt threatened and probably just unwelcome. Literally the opposite of what the literature club is supposed to be. I really need to make it up to her. Oh. Yay, I did it! Thanks for the intervention, Sayori. I'm glad we're on the same page. Friendship wins again. So, how do you want to make it up to her? I have a plan. Sayori, do you know if Natsuki is coming to the club meeting today? I don't think she is. I see. Monika was afraid of that, not because of her plan, but because she's facing the consequences of the damage that she inadvertently caused. But the only way to do the right thing is to face it head on. It's so easy to just duck away from conflict and wait for it to blow over. But that's not enough. To truly respect someone's feelings after you've hurt them is to face them and admit your wrongdoing. Not the wrongdoing of mismanaging the club, but the wrongdoing of disrespecting Natsuki's feelings. Okay, do you think you can get her to come to the meeting tomorrow? I can do that. Okay, awesome. Yuri, you don't have to worry about anything, but thank you for being my friend. You're a good listener. Fidgeting with her hair, Yuri turned away to hide a smile. Well, I guess for today it's going to be a pretty quiet club meeting. I'm going to step out for a bit, is that okay? Yeah, I'm just gonna read with Yuri. Hey, is that one of Natsuki's books? How come it's out here? Sayori picked up a manga that was resting on an adjacent desk. Oh, that? Natsuki probably just left it out by accident. But I thought she hasn't been coming to the club. Oh, Monika's been reading manga! Actually, Monika's been... Okay, Yuri, I'm sure it was just someone else who was using the clubroom then. Okay! Monika smiles at them both. Then with a wave, she exits the clubroom. Monika's been reading manga. She just doesn't want to admit it. Na 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 na. I really shouldn't have left that out. If Sayori catches on, she'll definitely tell Natsuki, and that would really get awkward. Now I wonder if there's a keyboard I could borrow from the music room. We about to hear Monika sing? Ooh! Oh. The time for the next club meeting has already arrived. Monika and Yuri are the first to arrive. I'm so worried. Do you think Sayori is going to be able to bring Natsuki? Yes. How do you know? Well, she's Sayori. You know, you're right. Time slowly passes. Monika sits, then stands up to pace around, then sits again. Yuri's eyes don't move from her book. Then the door finally opens. Sayori marches inside. Behind her, Natsuki shuffles inside, nervously looking around the room. We're here! Welcome back. Monika, the club president, stands up and greets them with a smile. Sayori picks a desk and takes a seat. Natsuki sits closely next to her. Looking back and forth between the club members, Monika is struck with a nostalgic feeling. She would stand at the front of the club room just like this, struggling to picture just who may eventually be sitting before her. But imagination was never enough to predict just how unique and diverse each member would be. Each with her own struggles, her own reasons for seeking the vision that Monika had, admittingly so vaguely advertised. Seeking trust, understanding, respect. What new lessons will the future hold for the literature club? Realizing she's getting ahead of herself, Monika takes a deep breath and returns to the present. Oh my god! So that's why the stories are called Trust, Understanding, and Respect. Because that's the club mottos. Oh, that's so cool! And such great attention to detail. Okay, everyone. The literature club is starting. We have an activity plan for today. Monika turns around to face the chalkboard. On it, she writes manga in big letters. Today, we're going to learn from an expert about a unique form of literature, manga. Oh, come on! Isn't this kind of forced? I know you don't actually want to do this, so just... Monika shakes her head. Natsuki, this is the hardest part. After making it this far, it would be so easy to just smile and move on. But that's not enough. Not this time. I'm sorry. It was wrong of me for not to take you seriously when you were kind enough to show interest in my club. I thought about it and I realized how biased I was against manga. Manga. It caused me to disrespect you and I'm sorry. But I think you deserve to be able to share your passion with us. So, can I make it up to you? Well, thanks, but I know you're only doing this because Sayori told you to. Wait, that's not true. Monika planned this all by herself. I didn't even get a chance to talk to her. I was witness to that as well. This is the Literature Club. The Literature Club is a place where everyone gets to be themselves. We all have our own interests and our differences. It's my vision to let us freely explain that. And it's my goal to respect everyone for them. So I just want to learn about the things that make you happy. I think that you deserve to share that joy as much as everyone else does. Is that okay? Natsuki looks away and hesitates. But it's really dumb, the stuff I'm into. Monika smiles. She kneels in front of Natsuki's desk, looking her straight in the eye. If you like it, then it's not dumb. Oh, except for me. Sayori, you're not dumb either. What the heck? You guys are so weird. Fine, I'll show you some of my manga. Only because you admitted that it's literature after all. Natsuki stands up. Oh yeah, I didn't say this before, but I'm actually into writing too. I'm kind of a pro. But I didn't want you to like me just for that. Wow, really? I really did have you all wrong, Natsuki. Yeah, whatever. Today's not about that anyway, right? It's about manga, so I hope you're ready. Yay! They made friends! A week has passed since Natsuki returned to the literature club. Since then, the club activities have been in full swing. Each club member had received a day in the spotlight to share all of their favourite kinds of literature with each other. As another meeting draws to a close, Monika approaches Natsuki on the way out. Natsuki, are you in a hurry home or anything? Me? Not particularly. Why? Oh, there was just something that I wanted to show you if you had a few minutes. Sure, what is it? It's not in here. Can you follow me to the music room? The music room? Why? Well, you'll see. Ooh. Oh my god, look at the music room! This is so cute! You know, I was thinking back. when the club was just me and Sayori, we would talk about how we envisioned the club to turn out. We cared a lot about it being a place where people could express themselves. And she said something strange to me. She said that I was trying to make the club that I needed myself, more than anyone. But I think it wasn't until you joined that I fully understood that. Because you really taught me a lot about myself, like things that I was probably always too stubborn to admit. Oh, come on, you can't mean that. I didn't even do anything. I just, brought a bunch of manga and then I got really fussy when I didn't have it my way. It was really stupid of me to make such a big deal out of it. No, I honestly needed it. If you didn't express that you were hurt, I would never realize that I did something wrong. Besides, your feelings are valid. They deserve to be heard and respected. Huh. It's just really hard to feel that way sometimes. You know, I really shouldn't care about what other people think in the first place. But when you're just criticized by everyone around you for being a certain way, it can get really hard to just brush it off. And when it makes me start to feel like I'm the problem, I'm not doing anything to please everyone else. Am I being too entitled if I just want people to like me without me having to hide a bunch of stuff about myself? I don't think I am. I just wish that sometimes people would try to appreciate me for who I actually am. As Monika listens, she recalls vividly how Natsuki's friends were treating her and how naturally they do so. How long has she been fighting against that, refusing to change for others? I could only wish I was as strong as you are, Natsuki. You're so honest with yourself. I'm always trying to come off as perfect for other people. Anytime there's a hint of contention, I just crumble. But it's thanks to you that I really started thinking about this stuff. You really inspired me to start working on it. But like I said, I didn't even do anything. You were just being yourself, that's all you needed to do. Also, there's something else. Huh? Monika takes a breath. The thing is, I might have read a little bit of your manga. What, you? What the heck? Why didn't you tell me? I'm sorry, I think I just felt kind of embarrassed to admit it after I gave you such a hard time about it. I can't believe you, of all people, were reading manga behind my back. That's so funny. Yeah, well, I just flipped through one of them out of curiosity, but I ended up reading a whole bunch of it. But I mean, one of the characters was in a literature club. What are the chances, right? You were reading Parfait Girls? I was right. Wow, you have good taste. Just one volume. And I kind of just picked it out randomly. Well, you have good intuition then. You have to tell me all your favorite parts. Well, I think it was some kind of weird fate. Because the character isn't just in a literature club. She also plays piano. It's just weird because I've always wanted to learn piano. She was the perfect person that I always wish I was, if I just did what I wanted instead of always second-guessing myself. Monika walks over to the piano and sits down. Oh! I always feel like I should only share the absolute best parts of myself, the parts that will impress people or make them like me more. But after you joined the club, I really realized how self-destructive that mentality is. We share things because we want to express ourselves. Sharing experiences allows us to share emotions. And I just felt like I wanted to show you this, because if it wasn't for you, I never would have started playing. Hey, I think the credit for that one goes to Parfait Girls, not me. No. Well, maybe it's true that Parfait Girls put the thought into my head, but it was you who still inspired me to keep practicing every day. Every day? Because, you just made me feel like I want to do something. I should just do it. I mean, I still haven't been practicing for very long, and I'm really not good at it, at all. But I wrote a song for the club, and I worked really, really hard on it. It doesn't have any words or anything, but, well, yeah. You gonna stop playing? Stop playing! That's where that song came from! Oh, that is one of the best endings! Yes, Monika! Play the damn piano. Oh, look at Natsuki, she's so cute! Oh, this is one of the best endings. Oh my god! God, this is supposed to be a happy ending and I'm tearing up. Oh, let's just recapping all of the good points. Oh, this is good attention to detail. I love Sayori's pose when she gets like, ugh, no, I didn't mean it like that. Oh my god, that's such good attention to detail. Oh, look at them all together! Oh my god. Oh, that was one of the best endings. Okay, I really enjoyed that, man. Oh, that's all. That was so good. It was? Yeah, are you kidding? You're like already a pro. Not even close. Does the song have a name? You said it was about the club, so yeah. It's called My Song, Your Note. Because everyone brings something so unique to the club. It's completely different from how I first imagined it, I think. But I was like such a selfish perfectionist. It shouldn't be about me, it should be about everyone. And it's all of you who helped shape the club into what it is. I would never change that. Well, I think that's really thoughtful. And kind of flattering. I kind of feel like I don't deserve this much validation. I wasn't exactly very patient either when I first joined the club. It makes me feel like I should probably apologize too. I think I was just really fed up with a lot of things and I got frustrated after not getting my way in the club. So yeah, I really didn't mean to take it out on you. I was being really immature. If you get my stubborn butt to apologize, I guess you're doing something right. It's fine, I'm past it too. I think we're already even. But it's really sweet that you were thinking about it. It takes a lot of maturity to reflect on that kind of thing. Well, I wonder who I got it from. Huh? Oh, never mind. Well, anyway, we're even as long as you let me keep my manga in the club room. You did admit that it's a form of literature. You totally can't take that back now. You got me. The closet's all yours. I'll tell you what. I'll bring in a little something for the club tomorrow. I want to do something nice in return. What kind of little something? Oh, you'll see. But I don't think you'll be disappointed. Cupcakes? Question mark? The next club meeting ends up being a particularly tasty one. Natsuki brought cupcakes! Okay, let's show the pictures that we got this time round. Oh, we've got Natsuki. And we've got this one. Oh, that's so cute. I love that one. And then we've got this one. Oh, that's adorable. Okay, there's more. Don't worry. There's more. Oh, there's this one as well. Oh, I love it. 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 Look at the music room. Oh, I love this game. This game is like one of the best games I've ever played with like all the attention to detail. Oh, ah! Okay, I need to stop before I tear up even more than I'm already teared up. Okay, so that was Respect Part 1 and Part 2. That is Natsuki and Monika's story. I believe the next one is Sayori and Natsuki, or Yuri and Natsuki, I'm not entirely sure. I can't figure out, I'm not entirely sure how to unlock it either, but we'll see. Because this was pretty much straightforward. I wrote a poem for Sayori, I unlocked Trust. I wrote a poem for Yuri, I unlocked Understanding. I wrote a poem for Natsuki, I unlocked Respect. I'm not entirely sure how to unlock the next one, which I think Sayori and Natsuki. I'm not 100% sure, but I will double check with that and get back to you, which I'm hoping it will be Sayori and Natsuki because they're two of my favorite voices. And that was a great voice crack, wasn't it? And I'm really excited to play it, but I'll show you the game that I've got going at the moment. So basically, I've got several games going at the moment on the actual game. So that's my autosave. I'm not entirely sure why it autosaved, but this is the first game. That's the second game that I did this morning. Then these are the two games that I've written a poem for Yuri and a poem for Natsuki. That was Sayori's route. Hence the reason why Sayori's kind of bang on in that picture there. I will be using probably this slot for the next game if I figure out how to do it. But I'm really enjoying this game so far, and yeah, I hope to see all of you lovely people in the next video. Alright, bye guys!